All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. And in this video, we're still in the aftermath of the Terence Crawford Canelo Alvarez fight, as we think we know what is going to take place next, as a report comes out from ESPN about a rematch between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. Let's talk about that. And I'm real amped up. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. And in this video, man, I am still glowing in the aftermath of the Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez fight for Undisputed that went the way that I wanted the fight to go. But little did I know that so many good things were going to happen as a result of that fight card. One of which is that we might get to see it again. And I'm telling you, I hope we do, but you better believe Turkey Al-Sheikh don't want to do it. Now, before I get into that though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you guys so much for what you do. It really makes a big difference to the channel. Thank you for this, everybody that supports and the super thanks. It really helps the channel a lot, man. Wow, man, I am so happy. I'm so amped up about boxing right now after the Canelo Alvarez Terence Crawford fight because it went good in almost every single possible way it could have went good for me. Now, what do I mean by that? First and foremost, Terence Crawford won. And Terence Crawford won in a what I believe to be a dominating fashion. Despite the fact that the scorecards were close on two of the scorecards, 115, 113, 115, 113, 116, 112 was more wide. That was obviously the card that was going to be looking for Terence Crawford. Meanwhile, the objective judge and the one that would be going closer to Canelo wind up squeezing the fight a good bit. However, if you saw the fight and you saw how it played out, man, that was not a that was a fight Terence Crawford won, and Terence Crawford won handily. So to see the scorecards were funny. However, the most important thing is, what is Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez going to do next? Well, in the live stream or interview that he was giving, Bill Simmons of ESPN, very notable reporter, said that the rematch between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez is going to take place. That Canelo is going to rematch Terence Crawford. And then there was another report that came out from Turkey Al-Sheikh, and Turkey Al-Sheikh said that that Canelo Alvarez is going to be fighting 2 times in 2026. That's the last 2 fights on the 4-fight deal that Turkey Al-Sheikh signed with Canelo Alvarez. So presumably the first one is going to be the rematch with Terence Crawford. Now, why am I so happy? I'm happy because, number one, it screws over Turkey Al-Sheikh. And I mean it. I think Turkey Al-Sheikh is terrible for boxing. He's obviously trying to pay fighters real big money on the top of a card, so that, you know, to get attraction for everybody to look at the fight card, but then want to not pay doo-doo to the fighters on the undercard, which is why, and I'm going to do this in a different video, the numbers for the Canelo Alvarez fight and Terence Crawford fight, while big, were not what they expected, considering that it is about 31 million, I think it was 33 million viewers less than watched the first Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor fight. Literally, it did 41 million, but Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor in 2024 did 71 million. And Mike Tyson and Jake Paul did like 141 million, right? So they said that this particular fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez is the most viewed championship fight of this century. No, it's not. Yes, it is. They said men's championship fights, but they forgot to tell you that Netflix put on a female championship fight that outdid it. No, that's not the numbers that they were looking for. They were looking to get somewhere close to what Mike Tyson and Jake Paul did. And let me tell you, they didn't come anywhere near it. Nowhere near it. And if you look at the expense of the fight, how they had to pay Canelo Alvarez over $100 million. I don't know how much they gave Terence Crawford for the fight, but people were saying $50 million, whatever. But it was a gigantic amount of money spent on that fight. They also had to pay money to move the Las Vegas, the UNLV Running Rebels football game out of there. No, that fight is not making a lot of money. And the fight was not making a lot of money. So what happens? Now Canelo has to run it back, right? So instead of having Canelo Alvarez be on top of the world because of the big numbers that he did and the big event that you had inside the stadium and all of that stuff, now, what are you going to have to do? You got to run it back, which means you got to do that again. You got to pay for another stadium. You got to pay Canelo Alvarez another $100+ million. You got to pay Terence Crawford more money for the rematch. Love it, love it, love it. Now I understand why Brian McIntyre said, no, we are not going to be fighting. Yes, we're keeping our belts. And no, I'm not going to be fighting Boots, nor am I going to be fighting David Benavidez. Because, hey, man, who could blame them when they got themselves a rematch with Canelo Alvarez, which, by the way, in the rematch is probably going to be an easier fight in the rematch than it was in the beginning, because now Terence Crawford's got his timing. Terence Crawford's got the confidence over Canelo Alvarez. And I wouldn't be surprised, man, that the way that Terence Crawford was piecing up Canelo Alvarez, man, I wouldn't be surprised if you let that man sit there for another 6-7 months in that weight class training, man. You don't know what Terence Crawford's going to do to Canelo. And then if you make that fight, guess what? And Terence beats him. Then Terence is the face of Rehab Boxing, which you know full well Turkey Al-Sheikh does not want. Turkey Al-Sheikh wants the redhead white boy to be on top of the rehab season so he can sell it to Mexicans. He does not want Terence Crawford on the top of that card. Got to love it. Got to love it. Got to love it. Gotta love it. So Turkey, pay for the rematch. Come off that money. You're gonna maybe you'll bet on Terence Crawford this time. Terence, you're not gonna make a lot of money because Terence Crawford's definitely gonna be the favorite this time. And maybe you can earn some of that money back you lost, spewing it all over the place. But the rematch, man, watch it be back on DAZN in a regular arena. Watch it be back on DAZN in a regular arena. But anyway, congratulations to Terence Crawford. I certainly hope Canelo Alvarez follows through on a rematch, because, you know, there's supposed to be a rematch between Dimitri Bivol and Canelo Alvarez, and that never took place. The third fight was for Gennady Golovkin took years to take place. So don't hold your breath on this one. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.